as buff. I appreciate you all, Hasan and chat. Thank hug.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the Hasanabi broadcast coming to you live from... now, it says heavy rain, but it's actually sunny. As it stands, sunny California, Los Angeles, even though it does say heavy rain currently. We are live and alive.
We like the stonk.
Folks. We are live and alive, baby. Yes, I just saw the AOC tweet. She says she's coming on Twitch at 8:30.
Hassle 9 months already, poggers, comrade.
Everybody's adding me, but she did not reach out to me at all. I don't know who she's going to be talking to, but we'll take a look at it. Anyway, regardless, folks, I'm back. What did I do last night after
Never thought
ending stream?
Side by side with the libertarian.
I ended stream last night after playing some Mario Kart. I'm very into the Mario Kart situation. It's very good. Mario Kart is very good. The Switch is very good.
Tim Puleok, Ted Cruz, Donald Trump Jr., Pelosi, Mark Cuban, and Ben Shapiro all agreeing? We hold boys to the moon. I love you all.
The I've been playing a lot of Nintendo Switch since then. All I'll say is this. I don't want to tweet this out because, you know, a bunch of people that follow me shouldn't hear about this sort of thing. But folks,
Hasan Pogo, Brazilian news when? Pogo also eat the rich.
My bathroom experience has changed dramatically. I shouldn't have said that because now we're gonna be like, ew, you have poop hands, like when you play the fucking Nintendo. But like,
Occupy Wall Street.
But honestly, like, honestly, dude, it is so good. It's so good. It's just like a dramatic difference, a dramatic change of pace.
Let's go, boyos.
I'll DM AOC to see what she's gonna do. I sent her, well, I didn't send her a DM, I sent her a message. We'll see. But I don't want to be the person who's like, oh, every time she's on Twitch, I don't want to be the person who's like, oh my god, like. Can I come? So yeah, we'll see. But regardless, there's an active bomb threat in my city right now. Apparently 20,000 Bitcoin. What? Anyway, regardless, you got called out. What is this? Is this some fucking random like drama baiting? Mods, can one of you guys check out what this person is sending? And also, if they're drama baiting, just fucking permanently ban him. Carter100, 3-month subscriber. Or no, Carter100. Anyway. So, where were we, folks? All right, let's get to it. So, things are developing quickly. I literally had just started streaming when you when I saw the AOC tweet. So, okay.
What were y'all talking about while I was gone? Something about Jimmy Dore and AOC's feet pics, right? To the moon, let's go.
What?
Yesterday was so much fun. Your god gamer skills made me a millionaire. Let's hope the rest of the year is just as exciting.
Anyway,
Hassle.
Where was I? Okay, let me. Oh, Jesus Christ! I can't even do personal fucking news shit. Okay, this is the segment where it's just a dumb joke about subbing you being a proletarian and some editor drama joke. Oh. Okay. I've been playing a little bit of Mario Kart, dude. My 10-year-old cousin is gonna get fucking owned, dude. I'm going to destroy him. Okay, I'm very excited for that. Also on top of that,
hey, Hasan,
what else is going on in the world? Obviously, in my world, rather, I got my fucking smog test. You know, moving along smoothly, baby, with this registration shit. You know, talked to the doctor about vaccinating my grandparents, that sort of thing. And that's it. That's pretty much it for the personal news part of this broadcast. Everyone's already here because they want to fucking... They're freaks. They want to hear about the latest and greatest on what's going on with GME, what's going on with GameStop stock, what's going on with the Robin Hood drama. So let's just fucking get started. I'm going to tweet out that I'm live. Okay, I'm live and alive. Daycare is open. We're watching CEOs mauled and cry about Reddit and other news going on. Yalla, let's go. www.twitch.tv/Hasanabi. We're watching CEOs mauled and cry about Reddit and Robin Hood manipulating the stonks for those same CEOs. Also, other news. Okay, that's it. So, let's get started with that already. Listen, so Robin Hood, Robin the Hood, right? Everybody's been fucking memeing about this already. I'm not the first person to get there, obviously. You know, sometimes you're just too late. You're too late on it. But guess what? You know what we're not too late on? Watching CEOs mauled like fucking crazy. Now, we were gonna get started on the CEO shit, but there's gonna be a fucking class action lawsuit against Robin Hood. They can't do this. I mean, they could literally do whatever the fuck they want, probably, because no one reads the fine print. But it is absolutely ridiculous that people are now reporting that their positions are being forcibly sold, or rather, people's positions are either A, being forcibly sold, or also on top of that, people are literally not allowed, as it stands, not allowed on the Robinhood app to purchase more shares of GameStop. You can only you literally can either only hold, unless the auto selling is like real too. I don't know what's going on there. You can either only hold or you can sell, but you can't do anything else. And obviously part of the reason is because there's going to be two hits, one on Wednesday and one tomorrow. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow is going to be Friday. Friday is when a lot of those a lot of the positions originally of the Citadel, or not Citadel, sorry, Melvin, the original hedge fund that came to the fucking middle of this conversation, their positions are
you Hindu?
They're gonna have to pay off. So part of the reason auto selling is only if you're trading on margin, aka borrowed money. So part of the problem here is that of course, is that what do you call it? Part of the problem here is oh my god, my brain is literally fucking frozen today. Holy shit.
Hold the line, boys.
Call options expire Friday, which would force shorts to close, but there is no deadline. No, I know they could hold on, they could hold the short for an extended period of time, but when call options expire, you're basically redoubling, right? If I'm not mistaken, you're redoubling on your shorting if you want, and therefore it's like a forcible purchase of stocks once again at the higher point, at the higher, way higher stock price. So that automatically, and that's what a short squeeze is, when you automatically inflate the fucking, if you push a stock price to that level, and then also on Friday when those calls expire, you have to buy and then sell again. What ends up happening is that hedge fund who wants to keep shorting those stocks will be forced to purchase those stocks at an insanely high stock value, which means that even the stock price is going to shoot up even further on Friday, no matter what happens. So like a lot of people are panicking and panic selling, but no matter what happens, if you literally hold on until Friday, and I am not a fucking professional. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about half the time, and this is not an area that I have expertise in. I'm just telling you how this works. No matter what happens now, like barring some sort of unforeseen circumstance, no matter what happens, when those options expire, they're automatically going to purchase a fuckload of stocks that will, again, pump up that number one more time, no matter what happens on Friday.
Hi Chad, at least you listened to Dono Hassel.
Do you understand? So the people who hold, it's attrition. It's a game of attrition. Whoever gets to hold for the longer period of time ends up winning. But that's part of the reason why a lot of these companies have been like relentlessly trying to, or these or those who are influencers in the industry and whatnot have been urging people to sell. And not only that, but you literally can't buy anymore on Robinhood. Robinhood at this point has been hit with a class action after blocking the GameStop trades. Robinhood is purposely, willfully, and knowingly removing the stock GME from its trading platform in the midst of an unprecedented stock, thereby depriving retail investors. They literally got slapped with a fucking class action immediately because the micro-trading platform deliberately blocked users from trading GameStop stock as the stock capitulated in value. The news shows some nearly immediate impact to Robinhood after the snap decision. They literally they said we are looking into the irregularities 2 days ago, or yesterday, basically last night, and then they decided that you can no longer buy any of the GME stocks or any of the other stocks that are also on Wall Street bets. This, of course, brought AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, to the fray. She said this is unacceptable after Robinhood decided to literally manipulate, like actually fucking manipulate. I don't know if they have the legal grounds to be able to do that. Like, I don't know if just because you signed off on it, they could do whatever the fuck they want with your stonks. Okay. I guess if they did, they would literally do it instead of just forcibly selling margins, like people who are who have sat on GameStop with borrowed money. They would literally do that for everyone, but they're not doing that for everyone. So I assume that they're trying to artificially lower the price as best as they can by selling as much stock as possible, or literally making it so that you cannot purchase any more stocks. Weeble says they can't trade either, and it's because Citadel, the company they work with, won't allow the trades. Yeah. Citadel, the company that offered Citadel, the company that offered what do you call it? Citadel is the market maker that offered a bailout to Melvin Capital in the form of, I think, $2.75 billion. They also have a fat contract with, they of course also have a fat fucking contract with Robinhood. Hey Dave, what's your beef with me? I'm just trying to make a living just like you. Happy to take this offline. What is this? Founder of .72 Ventures. Prison time. Dems and Republicans haven't agreed on one issue till this. That's how blatant, illegal, unfathomable today's events are. It also shows how untouchable Robinhood app and Stephen A. Cohen 2C and Citadel .72 think they are. Fines aren't enough. Prison or bust. It's great. It's awesome. This is great. And the reason why this is great is because fuck these people. Like, you don't have to be Nostradamus to recognize that rich people immediately were going to be like, no, that's not happening. You can't just fucking take billions of dollars from a hedge fund. You just can't do that, because hedge funds are also backed by billionaires themselves. That's not happening. We're not letting that happen. We will literally fucking game the system. We will cry to the referees. We will change the rules, and we will make sure that all these platforms that you have in front of you to be able to do these sorts of things will be rendered useless, or will do things against your best interest. I told you this on day one. Okay, I told you that they were going to try to change the rules to make sure that this was illegal, or in some way stop people from fucking doing this. I told you that they were going to come for the fucking Discord and subreddits. I told you that any place that you gather, they will tell you you are no longer allowed or able to exercise collective action in any meaningful capacity, because when that collective action ends up taking money from the hands of wealthy people, even if it's literally just numbers changing from one fucking company or to a bunch of other people that are engaging in this sort of retail investing, even if it's just numbers, even if like no amount of like actual fucking value has exchanged, no labor has occurred, nothing has changed in that field, and yet, you know, we have created so much new capital, but it happened in a way that rich people hate when it happens.
I want you to shit on the rich, baby. Be.
I've never seen somebody hate the rich altogether like this. It's because this is a bunch of capitalist simps who love capitalism, who think that this is a real meritocracy, who think that these people, who think that you can actually fucking literally win in the system, that you can also take advantage of the shortcuts that the wealthy have created for themselves, coming to a fucking gross realization, a very sad realization that no, you can't fucking do that. That's not for you, bitch. That's for the fucking wealthy. How dare you decide to embark upon this gaming of the system? No, this is a casino, and this casino is for us. The house always wins. It's like Las Vegas kicking out a fucking card, a person who can count cards. Okay, that's it. They make the fucking rules. You don't make the rules. You're not there to fucking win. Winning is just for like every 1,000th peasant that ends up making a little bit, so that they can prop that up as a success story, so they can tell the rest of the majority of you peasants that maybe you too can be like that one guy who worked really hard and won. Okay? That's it. And it's always been this way, and it's this way for every single thing. So you can fucking get mad all you want, but this has been the reality. It's time to wake the fuck up. You can't use the tools that capitalists have given you to win in a game against those who own capital. You're nothing, okay? You might have like a little bit of money saved up, so you're using that to fucking game the system and try to fucking, make some money on the side. No, you're nothing, okay? They will roll over you. They will roll over you with the might of God, dude. Unlike anything you've ever seen. And that's literally happening currently. And you, again, like I said, if you're a leftist, you're probably aware of this reality regardless. It's always been a casino. It's always been a gamble. Those who are able to expose one of those flaws and literally treat it in the same way the hedge funds treat it every goddamn day with their over-shorting, were trying to do that against the hedge funds, and look how they fucking reacted. They've been crying about it. They've been fucking flailing their arms. They've been gaming the system. They've been crying to the referee, and they're going to actually get what they wanted. They're going to shank you in the end, or they're going to try to shank you. They're going to fucking bleed you dry. And then they're going to turn around and say, I told you so. See, you literally don't know how to handle the money. And that's fucking bullshit, because they don't know how to handle the money either. No one knows how to handle the money appropriately. The reality is, it doesn't matter if they don't know how to fucking handle the money, because they can literally change the rules when they get fucking got. That's it. You get caught with your fucking pants down, the day after you get a $2.7 billion cash infusion, a bailout from the fucking homie down the street that you went to college with because you cupped this ball sack at the Harvard Finals Club. You know what I mean? So that dude's there. He's like, yeah, of course, we got an MBA together, dude. I mean, I've seen your cock, brother. Like, of course I'm going to give you 2.75 billion. Like, what's that between us? Come on. They get that immediately from the same fucking people, by the way, at Citadel, who also have fat contracts with Robinhood. Those guys can turn around and tell Robinhood to suck their dick and stop fucking allowing people to trade on, allowing people to buy more GME, and Robinhood will literally capitulate instantly. They have no fucking power. They have nothing.
Inshallah, brother. Hold the line.
Webull CEO speaks on why they're stopping.
It wasn't.
Robinhood blocked trading on GameStop and AMC, so now people are trading on Webull, a Chinese-owned trading platform. The free market is so free, we are turning to China. CEO of Webull tells the decision to join Robinhood and restricting AMC and GameStop trades come from
Southern District of NY.
soaring costs to settle its users' trades. It wasn't our choice. It has to do with the settlement mechanics of the market.
Choice. Our clearing firm gave us a call and said we're going to have to stop allowing new opening positions in the three names, AMC, GME, and KOSS. Highly volatile. And what happens is this is not a political decision. And unfortunately, it got...
Exactly, dude. Exactly. No. Exactly. Listen, if you're a fucking hedge fund who literally just lost $14 billion, if you're a hedge fund at the precipice of losing $14 billion, you can still get leverage because you're a fucking hedge fund. Okay? They will literally pump $2 billion like that into you. They will let you have the most amount of fucking, they will let you have infinite leverage. Okay? But when you're the average Joe and you want to fucking get in on this, you want to fucking get some money out of this, boom, not allowed, dude. We can't give you money. You're a random nobody. You're a fucking loser. We don't know. We don't know what your qualifications are. Fuck off. No. Yeah. The settlement partner is Citadel, isn't it? Exactly.
Not political. I think I think it was once said that don't let any good crisis go to waste. And that's clearly what's happening here. And we're seeing politicians jump on the bandwagon so they can start trending on Twitter. But in reality, what's going on is that there is a 2-day settlement between if you buy the stock today those brokerage firms that you bought that stock on.
Hassie, thank you for everything you do.
According to Reuters, by the way, losses on short positions in the United States firms have topped 70 billion.
Hold the line.
People are just fucking pumping. Anything that it has a short position is getting pumped like a motherfucker. So that's part of the reason why they're like, we can't do this. It's so funny that like people are crying about this without recognizing that, like, I mean, this is one way that people are frustrated and demonstrating their frustration with billionaires and the way that the system is fucking designed. It's a sad way to do it. It's not the real way to do it. The real way to do it is by labor organizing. But this is a much more preferable way to do it than fucking pitchforks. Like,
boys,
what the fuck do they think is going to inevitably happen? You know? Like, they're mad about a crumb of wealth redistributing back to, like, the petite bourgeois, like those who are fucking small business owners or professional media class people, like day traders and shit. They're literally upset about just a fucking tiny crumb. Their gains have been so massive throughout this entire fucking pandemic. Okay? They've like tripled, quadrupled, quintupled their goddamn wealth. And when some in the working class that's a little bit elevated, more than just like the regular old average Joe who's working a minimum wage job, some who were able to trade because they for the first time ever had like a fraction of disposable income. Like, those people are now getting shafted because they're taking the money from the wrong kinds of people. What did I tell you the first fucking day? Bernie Madoff, you can't steal from the wealthy. Even wealthy people get punished when they steal from the wealthy. Okay? That's the problem. In America and around the world, under capitalism, you steal from the poor. That's just business. Okay? Sorry. You should have had a better spawn point. You should have been born into a wealthier family. Suck my dick. But under capitalism, if you steal from the rich, then that's theft. That's robbery. That's unacceptable. It doesn't matter if you're a rich person. It doesn't matter if you're a fucking poor person. If you steal from the rich, you will get fucked. Okay? They will shaft you. Now, there's obviously other circumstances as well. Sometimes they'll use you as a patsy. Sometimes they'll use you as a fucking example.
Thanks for giving it your all.
But you are not allowed to steal from the rich. And this is considered stealing from the rich. Doing what the rich have done to you, doing what hedge funds have been doing for a very long fucking time, is literally considered theft when you do it. That same kind of power dynamic exists within policing. For example, if you are a police officer and you throw a tear gas at a fucking crowd of protesters, that's not considered violent behavior. But when you kick that tear gas back, or when you blow that tear gas back with a fucking with a leaf blower, that's considered violent behavior, because there's only these institutions that are able to get away with whatever the fuck they do, and that's why they're institutions, and that's why they're developed in the way that they are. And then there's the regular old Joe, you, okay? You are nothing. You don't have the same kind of freedoms and amenities that the wealthy do. You do not have the same kind of freedoms and the amenities that these institutions do. And the entire reason for their existence is so that they can do this. And the funniest part about it is that they're not even fucking trying. Okay? This is like the Jeffrey Epstein saga of very clearly rigging the system in front of your eyes. Like, and what I mean by that is, back in the day, at least, you know, the CIA or whoever the fuck would do an assassination and make it seem like it was a suspicious circumstance. They wouldn't just literally be like, we are going to get this pedophile who we allowed to fucking survive out in the wild and hang out with all the fucking elites and all the fucking business owners and all of these people who are also a part of the hedge fund collectives, the Wall Street people. We are going to just throw him in jail, and then he's going to suspiciously suicide himself. Suspiciously suicide himself. No, they literally do it in front of your eyes. They don't give a fuck. There's no counter to it. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're gonna go fucking investigate on your own and uncover the truth that, like, oh, Jeffrey Epstein actually didn't fucking commit suicide? Yeah, you're not gonna do that. No, and also stop saying the Clintons. Don't be a fucking dummy. Okay? It's not just the Clintons. Donald Trump was the fucking literal president while that happened. Bill Barr was in charge of the federal prison that Jeffrey Epstein is in, and you're still calling it the Clintons. Okay. Anyway. Clintons are absolutely fucking homies with Jeffrey Epstein, though. Don't get me wrong. And it's just like that, okay? This is just like that. They don't care. They very clearly, in front of your eyes, were like, they are taking money from us. I do not like this. What I am going to do is now change the fucking system. Please change the system. They literally called the goddamn manager of the stock market. They're doing it right in front of your faces. There's nothing you can do about it. What are you going to do? Honestly, what the fuck are you going to do? We're going to listen to this in a second. Just hold on. I know there's no sound right now. I know it's fucking muted. Shut up. I'm still in the middle of talking about something. They're not going to talk about the GameStop shit anyway. What are you going to do? Class action lawsuits? Laughable. Laughable. Yeah. Good luck getting $12 fucking dollars, bitch. No, that's nothing. The entire system is fundamentally broken. Okay? And the only way you can push back is a way that no longer exists in the United States of America. Unions. Okay? You only have power as far as you can collectively work with one another. You have no power outside of that. Okay? United. I know it's fucking muted. United, you bargain. Divided, you beg. Okay? That's how this works. And that's precisely why you have no benefits in this country. That's precisely why you have no fucking health care. You have nothing. That's why everything is, all the important things are more expensive now. Everybody who says unmute can suck my fucking cock. Go watch it on your own, you dumb motherfuckers. Go watch it on your fucking own. It's literally something you can watch for free on the internet. Anyway, as I was saying, where was I? You'll get one class action lawsuit out of this. Maybe you'll be able to get some money out of this. But ultimately, you're not fixing the flaw. You're not fixing the inherent problems within this system, within the institutions that have been created specifically so they can defend the interests of the wealthy. Do you understand? You get it? And it's not just the stock market. It literally happens everywhere, okay? This happens in every part of your lives. This happens in every aspect of your life, okay? And the only way you can push back is through collective action, organizing, protesting, striking.
What are the chances
at least building a instrument to be able to do such things. And the only instrument, or traditionally the best instrument for that, was labor unions, which do not fucking exist in this country. Okay? They do not. Anyway, here, I'll go to the stupid fucking White House press conference now.
Immediate action that he can bring that relief immediately, but he's also going to work with Congress. He's proposed multiple bills to do that.
Let the little guy win his capital.
Following up on that, Democratic leaders on the Hill appear to already be eyeing reconciliation. We heard Leader Chuck Schumer today saying that they're moving ahead with or without Republicans. Does this undermine your calls for bipartisanship, and are you urging them to give this more time?
Well, we're all very close to this here, reconciliation and all the terminology in Washington. Everybody who's watching may not be. Reconciliation is a parliamentary process. It's a way to get legislation through. It's a way to get relief to the American people. The president wants this to be a bipartisan package, regardless of the mechanisms. Republicans can still vote for a package, even if it goes through with reconciliation. There's no blood oath anybody signs. They're able to support it regardless. And he wants this to be a bipartisan package. He's listening to Democrats and Republicans. We all are, to ensure that that's what it looks like at the end of the day.
But it doesn't seem that you can get both the speed you want and the bipartisanship at the same time. So which is the priority?
I don't think that's true. We refute that notion. These challenges that the American public are facing are urgent. People don't know how to plan to have food on their table now. They're worried about whether their kids can go back to school in a couple months now. They're worried about getting the vaccine now. And those are issues that Republican elected officials are hearing, Democratic elected officials are hearing from their constituents, and we're confident that people are going to listen to them and come together to support a bipartisan bill.
And just one other question on COVID. The South Africa variant is now been discovered to be here in the U.S. You, of course, have taken steps.
Again, the irony is just fucking shutting down travel is not enough. It is a first step, but it's a time-saving step. Shutting down travel from South Africa is not going to be enough. You need to quarantine and contact trace.
Were put in place for all departures, including South Africa. They take place. They will be put into effect at noon on January 26th. So this actually goes into effect Friday night, fair, to Saturday morning, close, and was put into place very quickly over the course of a week to stand up the necessary process. I mean, it takes a little bit of time to put these restrictions in place, to work with airlines, work with regulatory authorities to get them in place. We did that as quickly as possible. And before there was a reported case, of course, because we've seen the reports and we listened to health and medical experts. Go ahead, Caitlin.
So, given that Democrats have kind of indicated they will move forward with or without Republican support, would President Biden sign a bill that only Democrats voted for?
Well, we're not quite there. That's getting us a few steps ahead of where we are now. He continues to believe that this should be, and will be a bipartisan bill that receives support from Democrats and Republicans. And he's having conversations with and listening to leaders and members of both parties to assure that we get to exactly that place.
We got Democrats have voted for it. Is he okay with that?
We'll have a conversation at that point. We're not there yet.
Okay, so second question on, given all the volatility surrounding Wall Street and GameStop, what is the Biden administration doing to protect the average American investor if there is going to be potentially a major market correction coming?
Well, the SEC put out a statement, I believe it was today, or in the last 24 hours, I should say. We'd refer you to that. We're not going to have additional comment from here.
Nothing beyond just monitoring it. Has he had any conversations with economic officials about what's going on?
We don't. He's briefed by his economic team frequently, but I don't have anything more to read out for you. Go ahead.
Is the SEC, DOJ, or broader administration specifically looking at Robinhood and other platforms' decision to prevent retail investors from purchasing certain stocks like GameStop?
I don't have anything more on this aside from to point you to the SEC statement.
Okay, just one more question. Is the administration working with Majority Leader Chuck Schumer to push Gary Gensler's nomination given the frenzy in the stock market?
Well, I have not spoken with our legislative team about Gary Gensler's nomination specifically, but certainly the president has spoken about the urgency of getting his team in place to address the range.
There is something a little sad about this. Labor disputes would never get this kind of coverage. So again, because these are capitalist institutions talking about something that is happening to those who want to own capital within the free market system that is supposedly free, that's why it's getting so much coverage, and that's why they're like pushing back on it, because ultimately it is rank hypocrisy, so clear, so obvious, so in front of your eyes in a way that you can understand it, because like we are told that the stock market is supposed to be where the average Joe can make a killing, and if that is a fucking failure, even if that is no longer your salvation and the invisible hand only works to fucking invisibly roll around your asshole and just shove their fucking fist directly in your ass when you're an average Joe, but the invisible hand is only working for those who own most of the wealth, then this entire thing falls apart for so many people, right? Because when it comes down to labor disputes, when it comes down to unionization, when it comes down to, I don't know, like scabs and shit like that, there is, or Prop 22 in California, there is like 1,100 different ways that the media ignores this sort of thing, okay? But it's hard for the media to ignore this because this is literally capitalism. These are other capitalists who want to become better capitalists by doing what you're supposed to do under capitalism, that other bankers and other wealthy people have been telling you this is how you do it. And then the moment you fucking do it and you get together and you do it together and you do it successfully, oh no, not like that. Never mind. This is not how you're supposed to do it. Sorry. We're going to take the monies back.
Improving the package as people have good ideas. We're open for business and open to hear from members of Congress on that, but we're not going to do this in a piecemeal way or break apart a big package that's meant to address the crisis we're facing.
On COVID, can you confirm that the Biden administration is actively looking into expanding mandatory testing for domestic travelers here in the United States, and what other new domestic requirements can you detail that might be forthcoming?
Well, we had put out just a couple of days ago, as we talked about earlier, some specific requirements on international travel. As you know, I don't have anything to preview for you or predict on domestic travel restrictions. Our team is always evaluating and how to keep the American people safe. Go ahead.
Thanks,
A
Jen.
totally unrelated
Can you give the American people any hope that the vaccine supply is going to go much over 10 million doses a week for the next couple months?
Well, as you know, but in case people watching don't know, the president made an announcement just 2 days ago about increasing the supply of vaccines to ensure that we are getting as much of the supply into the hands of governors and elected officials as we can to get the vaccine into the arms of Americans. We're going to continue to push. As he said, he's going to continue to push. We will all continue to push.
I tweeted
But
back at
the issue is
AOC.
not
I said,
just
hi, love to
vaccine
help
supply.
however I can.
A big issue is vaccinators.
Go pump
and
it.
The capacity to have people who can put the vaccine into the arms of Americans in communities and in neighborhoods to be able to do that. And it's also vaccine locations.
Take that to the
So
fucking
we
moon,
increased-
dude.
We already made an announcement less than 48 hours ago
Let's
about
go.
increasing the vaccine supply going to states. He will continue to push. Our goal is, of course, to continue to increase in all of these areas.
But the main issue is supply, isn't it?
It's one of the issues. We will be in a place by this summer where we will have enough supply for the public, but that doesn't ensure that everybody will have had a vaccine, because we need to ensure we have the materials to distribute the
15 months, and it
vaccine,
ends
the
because of cereal.
vaccinators and qualified individuals to literally put the shots in the arms of Americans, places to do it. This is why this is such a Herculean task, because it requires so many components.
Sanofi just announced that it has struck a deal with Pfizer to produce 125 million doses of the Pfizer vaccine, but that's all going to the EU and it's not going to start until this summer. Has the White House been talking to domestic pharmaceutical companies about doing something similar more quickly?
Well, the president did invoke the Defense Production Act, as you all know, last week. But we're not, to quote Dr. Fauci, because it's always a good place to be, we're not producing shoes here. We're producing vaccines. And we want to work very closely with the manufacturers and the companies that are the experts on producing these to ensure they can do exactly that. It's not easy to start from scratch in a new facility. We're very mindful of that. And so right now, we're certainly reviewing all options, but our focus is on continuing to work directly with the manufacturers and their facilities to get the vaccines out the door. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. And Nandita from Reuters News. One question on the healthcare EO today. How many people does the White House expect will sign up during the supplemental time period? How many people are you expecting will sign up for these insurance programs through the Federal Exchange?
Well, we don't have a number to predict for you, but the reason that the president signed the executive order today was because it felt essential at a time of a pandemic when millions of people are concerned about their health care, far too many still don't have access, to open up an expanded window for Americans to be able to apply. And we will have a robust public campaign, paid media campaign to reach the American people, and we'll be putting a lot of levers and resources toward that. But I don't have a prediction for you in terms of the numbers.
Absolutely no estimates going in?
We're not going to do predictions from here. Just as many American people who don't have access and currently are not on the exchange that we can reach will be our goal to reach.
And I had a follow-up on the markets and everything that's happening with GameStop. You did mention, I believe, yesterday that the Treasury Secretary is monitoring the situation and she's kind of on top of it. There have been some kind of concerns about her previous engagements with Citadel and speaking fees that she has received from Citadel. Are there any plans to have her recuse herself from advising the president on GameStop and the whole Robinhood situation?
Well, just to be clear, what I said was that we have the Treasury Secretary is now confirmed. Obviously, we have a broad economic team. The SEC put out a statement yesterday that I referred to, but I don't.
So
think
all the people who were simping for the new press secretary, how do you feel about her disdain?
The Secretary of Treasury is
like I hate to say this because you know we're supposed to be Team Democrat all the way, but
it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. She was.
I literally you can
perspective and advice before she came in.
You can see the disgust in her face. She's like, why?
Go ahead.
I don't want to fucking talk about this because, like, these fucking poors have ruined it for us. I mean, we had a good thing going, and now you want me to actually do something? You want me to actually do something, dude? Are you fucking crazy?
Towards independence means war. Does the administration believe that Beijing is testing the U.S. on the issue of Taiwan, and how would you respond?
Well, the good news is that my longtime friend John Kirby is giving a briefing today at the Department of Defense, and I would certainly refer you to him and any comments he makes on this specific issue. Did you have another question?
Yes. I'm just again following up Secretary Blinken's statement yesterday on the review of the sale of F-35 to the United Arab Emirates and also missiles to the Saudis. What is the message of the administration to the
This dude watches the video on spies and acts like he can read faces. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
The president is open to having more countries join, but how urgent is it for the administration?
That class action, yo, listen. That class action Robin Hood shit is like, that's unverified, unconfirmed. Stop reading fucking subreddits before there's like actual clarity. There's a difference between like a subreddit poster saying my dad is the CEO of Nintendo, or my dad is the CEO of the White House, versus, you know, like an actual legitimate journalist who's working on a story and breaks their story on Twitter. Okay? There are varying degrees of acceptability here, and that's not acceptable information. You can't work on that.
In terms of the urgency, how urgent is it for the administration that more countries sign on?
Well, again, this will be under the purview of the State Department. I'm sure
unless it's on the lawsuit, but even on the lawsuit, it could be. It doesn't have to be fucking real, by the way.
GMEAMC.
Unless I'm misunderstanding what you guys are talking about, because the restrictions placed on Robinhood. Someone is saying the restrictions placed on Robinhood.
Now that the Russian court has.
Someone is saying that the restrictions placed on Robinhood were placed by or were done after the White House fucking urged them to do that, right? That's what you're saying. By the way, now it appears that Robinhood is selling customers shares of Reddit stocks to mitigate the risk of their portfolios automatically. In light of recent volatility, we're restricting transactions for certain securities to position closing only. However, due to the unreasonable risk involved in brokering your position, we have closed your 4,500 shares of GME for an average price of $118.93 on January 28th, 2021 at 11:24 a.m. Your trade confirmation will be available in your order history on Robinhood on...
Feels like longer.
Is this the fake one? No, I thought this was not the fake one. That like they're not forcibly closing your trade positions, but
just opened all
what do you call it? They're if you're trading on borrowed money, they have the they can do that. Like if it's I don't think that's a fake post. I know that they're stopping people from buying if you want to buy, and they can close it if they're margin called. This is legitimate. Yeah, they're not like they're not closing it if it's they're closing it only if it's borrowed money that you're trading on. Because if the stock, I mean, this is still fucked up, but they can do it. And it's a little bit more understandable than literally being like, we are going to forcibly sell all of your stocks. On a margin, you need a maintenance amount of dollars, and if you don't have that minimum, they force sell. It makes sense, dude, because if this is slated to fucking implode, which it's not, it's still going to grow tomorrow, barring like something really fucking unique. They could legitimately say, well, we're worried and we wanted you to you would not be able to cover this. if, you know, if the stock price dips. Is this even legal? This is legal, yes. They can do this. They technically shouldn't be able to limit your fucking trades, though. Like, they shouldn't be able to say, oh, sorry, you can't fucking buy.
Any chance you can turn up the video slightly? I can't hear the precious questions.
You can't buy GME anymore. Like, that is fucking nuts. RH isn't the only broker that's doing this, and this happened overnight. I'm not an expert. In fact, I'm unemployed with an MS Andy. This leads me to believe that the SEC Fed Res told the brokers to get their shit together. They asked Powell at this yesterday.
I can't come on because of that sniper that's watching you.
No. The lawsuit is real. I know it's the class action lawsuit against Robinhood has been filed already. You can file a lawsuit. Some of the things alleged in that lawsuit don't necessarily even have to be real. There needs to be more information. I already mentioned the lawsuit. The lawsuit is for blocking trades, though, not forcing sales on margin calls. They're restricting trades, and I think that's what the lawsuit is from, isn't it? It's not that you can't buy those stocks anymore. It's that you can't even search it up. It doesn't show it all on the app. Fucking nuts, dude. View about the poor in the stock market from a hedge fund. Oh, I wanted to watch this. So here. This is here. You want to see some fucking gross shit, dude?
Thanks for the content.
Here. You want to hear some fucking gross shit, dude? Here is Leon Cooperman, and here's what he thinks about the events that are taking place.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people. And, you know, I think it's inappropriate. We all got to work together.
Bro, you see this shit? How do you fucking sit there and not just sit in disgust at the thought of billionaires existing? I'm sorry. Like, you fucking hear this guy? You hear this goddamn ghoul literally get mad at you for being able to, for once in your fucking life, not get shafted by other dipshits like him. And instead do the fucking, because you got $600 fucking dollars, dude. $600 fucking dollars, dude. I want to know what this motherfucker made throughout the pandemic. Like, how much his wealth increased throughout the pandemic, dude? That's what I want to know.
And pulled together
an entire year.
And of course, he's been caught. He settled with the SEC on insider trading. Shocked to find out that happened. Hedge fund billionaire Leon Cooperman settles with SEC on insider trading charges. Oof. Oof, dude. Big oof. Hold on. I want to know how much he fucking made. I want to know how much net worth increase 2020. His current net worth as of July 2020 was $3.2 billion. Okay. He built up the Goldman Sachs Wall Street asset management division. What this guy did.
Casino IRL Pog.
Hold on. I want to know how much he fucking, like,
Step
what was
on
his...
me, red-headed liberal.
I wish there was a better way to just, like, look at how much money motherfuckers made in 2020. You know what I mean? There needs to be a database for people who, like, you know, I want to know what you started off January 2020 with, and then what you ended December 2020 with. Like, that's what I need to know. I want to just, like, very easily look at fucking Twitch metrics. I want to know exactly how much money this motherfucker made this past year. Like, how much he fucking doubled, tripled, whatever the fuck, his wealth. And by the way, like, you can easily say, Hasan, look at you. Look at your fucking sub count. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, the difference is I'm not fucking earning capital. I'm not doing this off of capital accumulation. Oh, as soon as I said that, someone already literally pointed that out. You dumb fuck. Literally, yeah. No, go defend that guy, dude. Defend that guy, dude. You're right. Defend that guy, you dumb moron, dude. Oh my fucking God.
Great stream, Chad streamer, but my GME. Love you, Hassie, but seriously, when we getting back to the Amish Mafia or 90
It says he was 3.2 billion net worth in October 2019 and 3.8 in July. Okay, but July is nothing. What is his current net worth? I need to know what his current net worth is. It says 3.2 billion in July, but that's the last time we found out about his fucking...
Hey, yo.
Forbes is 2.5 billion. I don't know. Anyway, you want a spreadsheet that has all the reps' trading history? It's not just Robinhood banning, by the way. Make all tax returns public knowledge for everyone. Senate holding a hearing on stock market. Literally taking from us poors to make himself rich and banning the poors who can't subscribe. Yeah.
2 months sub with my Bezos bucks. Shout out to cross chat.
Exactly.
Normies waking up to the aristocracy fucking them.
Please stop telling people that it will definitely go up tomorrow. Well, I don't know if it'll definitely go up tomorrow, but that's what's supposed to happen in a fucking short squeeze because there's calls that are slated to expire. Anyway. Here's a link that his net worth over time. He's moved his money to his charitable foundation. Oh, man. How nice of him. Never mind, guys. He moved his money to a charitable foundation just like Mark Zuckerberg did. These guys are so nice, dude.
Brothers.
Yeah, I know. It says it's 2.5 billion. He might have moved some of his assets over to a charitable foundation. Anyway, the point is this. This man is worth an amount of money that you will never be able to imagine, okay? You, myself, and even like 100 millionaires. Well, maybe not 100 millionaires, but you and I are closer to being homeless than we are closer to being that guy, okay? You can sit there and be like, Twitch millionaire, blah, 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 all you fucking want. We are closer to being homeless then we are closer to that person. Okay?
6 months of being a menace to society. Wow.
That's the reality. And this dude is upset that people got $600 fucking dollars in a pandemic. 600 fucking dollars in a goddamn pandemic, and he's fucking mad, dude.
Sellix.io/KitKat. Check this website.
How the fuck do you sit here and defend this dipshit? It's mind-boggling. Also, I wanted to show you something about how the New York Times covers this versus how other outlets cover it. Amateur investors, perhaps propelled by a mix of greed and boredom, are looking to teach Wall Street a lesson. They've come together on a popular Reddit page, Wall Street Bets, to push the stock of companies like GameStop up 1,700% to outrageous highs. Motherboard, on the other hand, I bought 3 shares on Monday and have made enough to potentially cover the cost of all my dog's veterinary expenses for the year. At this rate, it will mostly just cover the pay cut I took at the end of last year. Why are they... Look at the difference, like greed, boredom. Anyway, this is what I wanted to watch. The billionaire investor Lee Cooperman losing his fucking mind at the radical poors. The radical poors making some money. Also, a quick shout out to the hedge funds in general. Hedge funds literally fucking take down entire countries. Not just like they don't just short companies into the ground, driving the price down artificially.
I love you.
Even though they do have a justification for it because the fundamentals are there for decisions like that. But they also literally drive down entire economies, okay? So miss me with that fucking bullshit. Hedge funds win, Puerto Ricans lose in the first debt restructuring deal. And also, our government helps hedge funds do this.
Hasan, your voice helps
The
me with my
Obama
anxiety.
government helped hedge
Love
funds
you
do this.
much.
The Trump government helped hedge funds do this. So, remember that. It's not just the fucking Democrats or the Republicans. It's both of them. But they're allowed to do that. You aren't. Remember.
It's good to have you here. Thanks for being on.
Nice to be with you.
Also, it's top of the hour. I forgot to do this. It's top of the hour every hour. It's time for a 6-second ad break. If you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. A contractual obligation from the king sellout himself. I, after all, also have a contract with a company. I have to run an ad for 60 seconds at the top of every hour. If you no longer want to see it, you can use ad block, VPNs that make you seem like you're watching from fucking Turkey. Or you can subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Here's the ad.
3 months. Love the stream. Hassle.
Let me just get your broad perspective first of what you make of the whole GameStop situation as you've been watching it unfold for these last couple of weeks.
Well, Rob referred to the casino environment, and I think he's on the right track. What's going on is no surprise. Prior to the virus hitting, the number of unemployed people...
Fucking boomer, dude. It's all a casino environment, motherfucker. You know it. You own the casino.
The country was, I think, 5.7 million. That ballooned to over 23 million. Is now dropped to about 10.7 million. It's very clear that the Fed and Congress is pulling at every stop to get employment back to where it was pre-virus. So they create an environment of free money. We have no commissions anymore. There's a Robinhood. We have an administration that is spending money like drunken sailors. I'm not being critical. The only person I'm really critical of, to be honest with you, is Powell, because when he says that the stock market is not expensive against interest rates, he's leaving out the second part where interest rates are ridiculously priced. If interest rates belong at near zero, you're not supposed to make more than 2 or 3% in the stock market. So I think what's going on is a logical consequence of zero interest rates, zero commissions, and very stimulative fiscal policy.
So are you?
When a hedge fund outperforms the stock market and brings in like 30%, then they're literally lauded and celebrated for literally doing exactly the kinds of actions that the fucking subreddit debate lords just did. Even though over a 30-year timeline, they are unable to outcompete the market, regardless. Okay? But still, when they have a fucking great year, that is brilliant. They are insightful. They deserve trillions of dollars. They should run entire governments. When Reddit lords do it over, and very publicly do it, over a subreddit that they get together and jerk off on and talk about tendies and shit, then that's unacceptable. That's a casino. What are you doing? This is not how it's supposed to work. And he's right when he says this is not how it's supposed to work, because only he gets to do it. Okay? You don't get to do it, motherfucker.
Are you saying that so it's partly the Fed's fault for putting a lot of gasoline on the fire over the last many years, but also I sense you're suggesting, tell me if I'm wrong, that you think this is part of a broader populist movement, perhaps, created by the very environment that you just talked about, the Fed.
This permanent growth is a problem, he says. Permanent growth is a problem, he says. Where was that, dude? Where was that take, motherfucker? Where was that take last year? Where was that take 5 years ago? Where was that when the government printed $4 trillion over one fucking day just to readjust the stock market when people were suffering? Where was that? where was the permanent growth theory being a problem back then? That's insane. That happened not an entire year ago. Okay? That literally happened less than a year ago. Almost a year ago, but less than a year ago. And this motherfucker's still like, oh, that's just it's a big problem now. It's only a problem because poor people are benefiting from it.
Instigating, if you will.
I'm not critical of what the Fed per se is doing. I'm critical of the dialogue. In other words, Greenspan was early, but he referred to irrational exuberance. The market is very, very pricey. We have been pulling forward demand. The outlook longer term is more questionable. And I don't think the Fed is giving any indication to the public that that's part of the picture. So I would say that I understand what's going on in the market. This is not going to end well when it ends. And the bigger question is, when does it end? I don't think it ends soon, but I think it will end, and it will end very badly for the public. Whenever you go into the S&P at current multiples, the 1 year, 3 year, 5 year returns have been very pedestrian. That's the environment we're heading for.
You've said in the past that, where it was different instances, we weren't talking about the GameStop situation, that it was going to, quote unquote, end in tears. There are a lot of tears being felt throughout the business that you made your living in. And I'm curious to get your reaction to this notion of this uprising, a revolt, if you will, against the hedge fund community. The activity that took place in GameStop against some of the short funds, and just this general idea that we're sick and tired of watching hedge funds make all of this money. Hedge fund managers make all of this money. Whenever they don't get money, the government bails them out. They crashed the banks, big banks crashed the system in 2008 and got bailed out. And the quote unquote little guy got left holding the bag. I mean, how do you react to that?
The big boy is holding the bag to a degree as well. Listen, in 2008, Bernanke figured out he had to rescue the economy, which was going down the toilet. And he figured out the best way to rescue the economy is to create wealth, because wealth leads to consumption. And the best way to create wealth is to get the stock market up. The trouble with that is 80% of the stock is owned by 20% of the people. Okay, and so what they did subsequently is they created a negative real return environment for savings, so you had no reward for being prudent and saving money. And that's what we're doing now. We have a new administration in place. I did vote for President Biden because I felt I voted my values, not my pocketbook. But if you listen to what President Biden has to say, basically they're going to raise taxes on the individuals, they're going to raise taxes on corporations, they're going to raise the capital gains tax rate. It's not going to be user-friendly, and but I don't know that they're going after hedge funds per se. But
well, there was definitely some of that, right? I mean, there was definitely some of that, and you could see it
I've
in
been doing this for 55 years. I can tell you the short sellers, generally speaking, are more knowledgeable than the long players, because they understand if you're wrong on a long, as it goes down, it becomes less of a problem in your portfolio. If you're wrong on a short, it becomes a bigger problem in your portfolio. So they tend to be very careful. They're very smart. And if I had to guess, I've never met him in my life. I've never spoke to him. But Gabe Plotkin will have turned out to be right in his view of GameStop. And the only surprise to me, to be honest with you, in GameStop is why they have not used this ridiculous price to raise some cheap capital as Elon Musk did in Tesla, or the guy that converted his AMC note.
So
my fucking microphone.
And Wall Street is losing its mind, and Wall Street now wants to change
my microphone
the
broke,
rules of the
or
game
not broke,
because
but
a bunch of people with accounts ranging from $500 to $2,500 are taking.
Okay, I fixed it. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was fucking annoying. Sorry, my microphone was just, it fell off basically. Okay, that was the same anchor that got fucking owned yesterday by Chamath, and he's taking a different tone today. Maybe he has learned, I guess, to change his rhetoric. But yeah. I'm so glad that he voted for Biden, by the way. He didn't vote for his pocketbook. He voted for his values. Again, your values, like what you were referencing there, is literally the same things that you're criticizing. And I find that to be rather strange. Guys, I know AOC is on tonight, okay? I promise you. Why would I not know that? Of course I know that. You are not the first person to inform me on this. I already tweeted underneath it. If you want to help me, then go fucking boost that tweet, okay? That's it. I've also reached out to her as well to see if she's interested in, to help her out as best as I can in any way. Anyway, Leon Cooperman on CNBC seems to have a very different view on this of weeks ago. Leon Cooperman sees euphoria in the stock market a week ago. Billionaire investor Leon Cooperman concerned about the long-term outlook for the stock market 2 months ago. Well, he was concerned, I guess. He's concerned about the long term. That's not a positive thing. He might have said like it's actually bad. Robin Hood tweets out, "Let the people trade." Oh, that's on 2016, March 23rd, 2016. Yeah, it was great when they were selling it as a way to literally rob the rich and help the poor win. Well, it was never that anyway. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, the stock market is not that. That's not what it is. Yeah, I don't know who Justin Khan is, guys. I don't know who that is. Will the SEC sue GameStop traders? The case could pose a super weird challenge. Yeah, super weird because it's fucking insane.
Pogo 7 months Pog. 90 days when? Pogo hassle.
It's so fucking gross, dude. It's so gross. It's like, if you make a certain amount of money, up to a certain amount of money you make, you get fucked in taxes, right? If you're middle class, you technically are putting a much larger percentage of your like net worth at the end of every year down in taxes. And then once you hit a certain point, it just goes, it just hits zero. Okay? It drops down to like nothing. Okay? And it's the same for this. It is the exact same principle here. If you're like a small trader, like a day trading Andy or whatever, you will get fucked. They will literally, if you're like a small guy, if you're a small fry who is gaming the system a little bit, let's say, or is engaging in like insider trading, the SEC will come down on you. If you're literally like fucking Leon Cooperman and shit, and you do that, well, in the end, you just do a little quiet settlement, and you're allowed to continue as business as usual. You see what I'm saying? You go to fucking jail if you're doing insider trading as like a mid-level guy, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, by the way. Don't do insider trading. But if you're a congressperson, you don't get anything. Like, nothing happens to you. If you're Kelly Loeffler, nothing happens to you. And that's how this works, too. Sherrod Brown commits to a hearing on GameStop. People on Wall Street only care about the rules when they're the ones getting hurt. American workers have known for years that the Wall Street system is broken. They've been paying the price. It's time for the SEC and Congress to make the economy work for everyone, not just Wall Street. That's why, as incoming chair of the Senate Banking and Housing Committee, plan to hold a hearing to do that important work. A subreddit is not insider trading. No. I'm not saying a subreddit is insider trading. Sorry. Guys, don't misunderstand me. I was using that as an analogy. In this circumstance, if you're a fucking small fry and you actually made it big, okay, because that, how the fuck would that be insider trading? If you made it big, it's kind of like the mid-level guy getting caught for insider trading and going to jail versus the big-time fucking hedge fund managers getting caught doing insider trading, paying off a little fine quietly and continuing to do business as usual. If you're a congressperson, you literally see no punishments whatsoever. So that's kind of what I meant here. Like, The SEC does not punish naked shorts. The SEC does not punish hedge funds like purposely over-shorting businesses and other hedge funds getting in on the action to like absolutely fucking devalue someone's stock, a business's stock prices. That's not unacceptable. That's just business as usual. But when the opposite of that happens in a subreddit where like random fucking Reddit lords decide to pump up the price of a stock by saying we like it, we're going to keep holding against that hedge fund, then that's unacceptable. You get it? I don't like this either. Citadel's a hedge fund that owns Melvin Capital Management. Melvin is a GME short seller predicted to lose billions due to the people taking their free market back. Citadel owns the app Robinhood. Citadel banned purchases on new GME. So this is like, this isn't exactly as black and white as the way that this dude is making it seem like it is. So part of the problem here is a lot of the people are saying this sort of stuff and you want to believe it because they're creating a narrative around it, but it's not exactly like this. Yes, Citadel did actually give Melvin Capital Management, which is slated to lose $14 billion, 2.75 just to continue their position, right? Like they gave him a cash infusion. They helped him. They bailed him out. Literally a couple days back. Immediately, poof, that was gone, right? However, Citadel also does have a fat contract with Robinhood. There are two separate companies, Citadel, with a strict info barrier between them where people have actually gone to prison for crossing. Yes, Robinhood sells your data, your trade data to Citadel. Yeah, Citadel's like 40% of their sales. If that walks before Robinhood IPO, they're screwed. This caused venture capital to pressure Robinhood to stop trading GME and others. Yes, that's why I don't think this was the SEC. That's why I think it was literally fucking hedge funds saying, you need to stop doing this. But it's not because they literally own it. It's because they have leverage over Robinhood. Because Citadel is like 40% of all the trades on Robinhood are done through Citadel, front running their trades. So they have an insane amount of fucking power over Robinhood. You understand? So the same fucking like what is it called, like a market maker, I guess. The same Citadel that has that that Robinhood relies on to be able to do your to be able to do your trades is literally the fucking same Citadel that gave 2.75 billion to Melvin Capital.
Hold the line.
When they were hemorrhaging. You understand? So that's, and this is again pure speculation. So this is market manipulation, yeah? Dude, it's all market manipulation. Everything that you see is market manipulation. It's just a matter of what kind of market manipulation is acceptable, and it's the wealthy and hedge funds doing the market manipulation that's acceptable, and what kind of market manipulation is unacceptable. And it's and we are finding out that the unacceptable market manipulation is collective action by fucking retail traders, retail investors, day traders, people on fucking Wall Street bets, okay? And that's how it's always been. Not to do that fucking astronaut meme of like, wait, it's all market manipulation, and then the other astronaut's pointing a fucking gun to the other astronaut's head saying it's always been that way. That's the reality, okay?
Dope sweater, homie.
I mean, you're in a leftist community. It's always been fucking fake, and it's always been a casino. There is reasonable predictions that you can make looking at the fundamentals, but you can very clearly go against those fundamentals as Wall Street Bets has done.
Hi Hasan and chat. Chat today is Bell Let's Talk Day. If every chatter in chat right now
People are
tweeted
so funny.
hashtag
Robinhood,
Let's
Citadel,
Talk
Melvin
just
Capital, all
once,
being
they'll
literally
donate
connected is literally nuts though. What the fuck?
$2,800 to
Dude,
mental
what are
health
you...
initiatives in Canada.
How is that fucking
Hasan.
nuts? Of course it's all fucking connected, dude. Of course. It's like people finding out about... And that is the free market. A worse version of that exists in every facet of your lives that you are not even aware of, apparently. Like when you find out about vertical integration, or not vertical, horizontal integration that companies engage in regularly.
A better analogy is in most cases, most of us are closer to being
Like,
millionaires
welcome
than these
to Monopolization 101.
Sad.
Monopolies and oligopolies run this economy, okay? And they can only do that because they offer you literally insanely low prices. The only thing that will get people to act out against this kind of monopoly or monopolization is if prices fucking increase to an unmanageable level. That's literally how all of these businesses work. It's the founding principle of Amazon. Like, this is exactly how Amazon operates. They buy out every part of every part of a fucking vertical from point A to point Z, all the way from like factories to distribution and delivering to your doorstep. And they control all aspects of the supply chain. And they can do whatever the fuck they want after that. This is one step below that, where independent companies are dependent on one another because they're working with one another all the time. So, of course, they're going to help one another out and listen to each other. Anyway. Prices can't go up a lot in monopolies. Yes, if they do go up, then there's a problem. But low prices is the justification for why Amazon owns 47% of all e-commerce purchases in the United States. Okay? Because of the low prices. And if you ask your congressperson what the fuck is going on, why the fuck does Amazon own 47%? This small business that like set up shop on Amazon got absolutely fucking cumstered and dumpstered by Amazon. And now Amazon is selling their same product for half the price. Your congressperson will say, oh, they're selling it for half the price. There you go. Shut the fuck up, pig. You got your slop. Are you strapped in the rocket ship? Man, I don't even have a fucking credit card, brother. No, of course I don't fucking trade and have any stocks. You crazy? That's why I was saying I'm untouchable by the SEC. What are they going to do, bro? Bar me from trading? I don't even have a fucking credit card, bitch. I literally do not have a credit card. What are you going to do? Credit card? That's a joke, right? Nope, that's not a joke. I literally do not have it. Yes, 61,000 people are currently getting their news about fucking trading. And I do still understand how some of this works, or most of it, but I just don't partake in it.
You look like you're going to a poetry reading today.
I'll be all right. But no credit card? No, I have a debit card. Who cares? More billionaires crying on CNBC?
I mean, I think...
Oh, we already watched this.
It's kind of obvious. People can not only see the emotion on your face, but hear it in your voice.
My 3 months gang.
When you talk about this, Lee. Why?
I care.
Oh, this clip is from 2019?
3 months, Pog.
Oh my god, he's crying about a wealth tax, dude. It's the same fucking guy. Cooperman from, this is an earlier clip. This is an older clip. Crying about a wealth tax.
That's it.
I mean, I think it's kind of obvious people can not only see the emotion on your face, but hear it in your voice when
Just
you
got
talk
back
about
from a
this.
Run poggers.
Hey, guys. Serious question for everybody. If you are, for the first time, if you're having your baby's first leftist radicalization moment here, and if you're coming to terms with the reality that, like, these people have unimaginable wealth and power over your lives, and you think to yourself, how do you fight back against this? Like, this is crazy. This system is so unjust. It's so fucking fundamentally broken. Well, there is supposed to be a body, okay? An institution that we decide democratically to have power over both our lives and both these people as well. Now, that is called the government, okay? And in sane countries and in theory, the government is supposed to step in situations like this and not step in to say, yeah, fuck you to the worker guy who had $600 who's like fucking trading with that and now turned 600 into 6,000. The government is supposed to step in and say fuck you to the hedge funds. Now, just because our government so far has always worked in the opposite way, it does not mean that it can't do the right thing. It's on you to pressure them to do the right thing. In America, unfortunately, the government only exists to defend the corporations and the wealthy. This is what we talk about all the goddamn time. And you're maybe recognizing that right now. Okay? How did you run in place then? How did you get credit? Serious question, because I was about to get a credit card to start building credit. Yeah, no, you should probably get a credit card and build credit. It's not easy to get a fucking place if you're not. It's super not easy to rent a place if you don't have credit, and I don't, and it's not easy. I literally have to go through friends and people I know. He has a huge bank account to back him, lol. No, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. The last place I got through, again, a friend who knew the person who was signing off on the credit scores, the credit checks. And I snuck in. And it was the last thing that this person did in the apartment management company. That's Turkish power, baby. I got a homie. He's Turkish. And he literally fucking knew the person that was working at the apartment management company that signs off on the credit scores or the credit checks. And it was her last day on the job on a fucking Friday. And the last thing she did was sign me off. Before that, I was running around telling people, like, I will pay, half the year's rent ahead of time. All of that sort of stuff. Like, please, please, please. Like, I'll show you pay stubs. Doesn't matter. How is that different than what the people on Wall Street do? Well, the difference there is I don't have credit, and the system is fucking fundamentally designed to fuck over people like me who don't have fucking credit, and people like you who have, like, don't have credit or have bad credit. Are you fucking stupid? It's me going through against a system that's designed against people who don't have fucking credit. I'm literally describing why it is difficult and why you need to establish credit, but the extra steps you need to take to get around it.
Hasan, I am a simple engineer student and he just trying to get ahead on loans.
It's so weird, man.
Got AMC and
that's so fucking, that's so strange to be like, billionaires literally gaming the system
Love the stream,
to
Hasan,
make
keep raging
billions
with the
and
world
billions of dollars on top of their additional billions is the same as you using a friend to fucking technically get over a protective measure to make sure poor people don't fucking, not saying that I was, but make sure that poor people don't get fucking, don't get to rent in certain apartments in Los Angeles in the psychotic housing market. Like, so you can have a place to live. That's so strange. Like, what is your fucking argument here that like think about what you're defending there. Apparently it's class consciousness time, folks. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think a lot of these people are gonna like end up thinking it's communism that fucking didn't let them turn 600 into 60,000. Greatest investors of all time: Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, Peter Lynch, George Soros, Benjamin Graham. User deep fucking value. One of the guys that movie's based on identified GameStop as a target in 2019. Big Short investor Michael Burry is going long on GameStop, the video game retail titan that's been crashing all year.
I love your streams.
Michael Burry called one of the greatest shorts of all time back in 2009. Michael Burry called... Yeah, he did. He was talking about it as well. Big Short investor Michael Burry predicts Tesla stock will collapse like the housing bubble.
Alien place
enjoy it while it lasts.
Alien place forged fi when? 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 Alien place.
What did Elon Musk tweet? You can't sell houses you don't own. You can't sell cars you don't own, but you can sell stock you don't own. This is bullshit. Shorting is a scam. Legal only for vestigial reasons. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. My man, he hates shorting because they keep shorting his company, but I thought this was just a market correction. I thought this was just corrective behavior, dude.
Robinhood was shit. Last year they had a leak.
The king has spoken. I know this is dude. Elon. Yeah, Elon's just mad because Tesla keeps getting shorted.
Still by GME.
Which, by the way, unironically, is yet another example that like all of this is still fucking not a part of the fundamentals, because the fundamentals are whatever you make it up as you go along. Looking at Tesla as a technology company rather than a fucking rather than a car company. And believing that it has an unlimited capacity to fucking grow. But those shorts are bullshit. And Tesla keeps recovering. If this ends with Tesla bubble bursting, it would be the perfect end to this madness. Okay, so you are so wrong on this, guys. Guys, some people already do think that it's communism. Weeble, dear valued client, please note that we will no longer allow clients to open new positions in the following 3 stocks. In light of the current market, how about you stop pulling this commie bullshit and let people do what they want, like you advertise your service for in the first place? Dog, Robinhood is literally supposed to be communism. Like, at the heart of Robinhood is this notion that you steal from the rich and give it to the poor, dumbass. That's not even what communism is, but that's what fucking idiots like this dude think communism is. So how are you going to turn around and get upset and call it commie bullshit when the application that's designed to do communism in the way that you think communism is all of a sudden does the exact opposite? It's just another example that like everything I hate is fucking communism. Communism is when I stub my toe, or communism is when I fucking step on a Lego. Okay, and the more I step on Legos, the more really communist things are.
A bunch of billionaires running around mad at a bunch of gamers.
Capitalism when we like it, communism when we don't.
I'm a public accountant. The SEC is my daddy Sag. Pog.
Another new Elon tweet. Here come the shorty apologists. Give them no respect. Get shorty. Ugh, God. I just like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to like, I'm not going to fucking engage in the fanfare around Elon Musk, okay? He's so fucking, he's epic cringe, dude. Like, anyway, Warren is on CNBC. Let's see what she's saying.
Needs to respond, and we need to respond quickly and forcefully.
What is the answer, Senator Warren, to solve the issue of inequality? On the campaign trail last year, President Biden seemed to allude more often to a corporate tax hike than any other type of tax hike. What's your view as to the optimum way to try and rebalance the scale
boys,
somewhat?
It's about sending a message.
I believe in investing in opportunity. That's how we will build a future. And the way we can do that is if we put a wealth tax in place. A 2-cent tax on the top 1/10 of 1% of families in this country would permit us to fund universal child care for all of our babies, and so that all of...
Well, has she thought about how that hurts the fucking billionaire guy's feelings, though, who was literally crying about the wealth tax even being brought up? I mean, that's how...
Why?
That's how Cooperman feels when he hears about the fucking wealth tax, dude.
An investment, not just in the wealthiest tippy top in this economy, but it would let us make an investment, a broad investment across this country. And here's the thing. It would not only be good for all of our kids and all of their parents, it would be good for all of America. Because a better educated workforce, a workforce that we have invested in and helped grow, is the one that will help us build an economy for the future. It's the right thing to do.
No, it might also chase wealthy people out of this country, as we've seen has happened with other wealth taxes. You just said how much we need the economy to be revitalized right now for companies to start adding jobs and not subtracting them anymore.
I'm sorry. There is no evidence that anyone is going to leave this country because of a 2-cent wealth tax. Can we just keep in mind right now in America who's paying taxes? You know,
why don't we do literally what China does if that's the case? Like, it's authoritarian, sure, and it'll really upset the hogs, but like, oh, you're going to take your money away? Well, okay, we're just not going to buy your products then. Like, even the threat of that alone will completely render the other side's threat of moving away useless.
Then most of the people in this entire nation...
Like, China gets to shut NBA players the fuck up about a genocide that it's engaging in because they have such a massive marketplace that all these fucking corporations want to be a part of, no matter how fucking woke they are. But what, we as Americans have to sit the fuck down because you can't shut up the dumb, fat fucking hog down the street about not being able to go to Applebee's and get jalapenos? $5 jalapeno poppers, dude? Fucking bullshit.
2-cent wealth tax so that we could have universal child care.
I'm just presenting the...
Every baby has
No,
an
I'm just presenting the
opportunity to
counter
get a
argument.
start. Yeah, well, how about a counter argument, though?
You know you'll hear that.
On fact, the wealthiest in this country are paying less in taxes than everyone else.
It's crazy that, like, wealthy people literally can hold the economy hostage. It blows my mind that they can literally hold a gun to the head of the economy and say, we'll just move. We'll literally take the money that you made for us and we'll take it somewhere else. Fuck you. How about fuck you? How about you don't get to fucking do that? How about we literally throw you in jail if you say that going forward? Jail for you, dude.
And move from a high tax state in California to a low tax state in Texas. You might be right. It might be the right way to redistribute wealth, but do you say there is no risk whatsoever that it could damage American economy?
They want to use American workers. They want to use American highways. They want to use American police forces. They want to use American infrastructure, but they just don't want to help pay to support it. And that's the trick. A wealth tax needs to be national, because you can still get advantages if you move from state to state.
Bullshit, dude.
But the idea behind a wealth tax is you have to pay it if you're an American citizen. It doesn't matter whether you live in Texas or California or even whether you move to Europe or South America. If you want to keep your American citizenship, you pay the wealth tax. And it doesn't matter where you put your assets. You can try to hide them in the Cayman Islands. You can try to put them in Switzerland, but it doesn't matter. You still pay the 2-cent wealth tax. And here's the nice thing about that. You know, a lot of the wealth is quite visible and easy to see. It's right there in the stock market. A 2-cent wealth tax changes this country fundamentally because it means we say as a nation, we're going to invest in the next generation. We're going to invest in creating opportunity, not just for a handful at the top. We're going to create opportunity for all of our kids. That's how we build a strong future in this country. Senator Elizabeth Warren, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for having me.
Much more to come on this crazy market action day. We're up about 1.25% on the S&P 500, just slipping off the session highs. We'll also speak with a former SEC commissioner on how regulators can do their job, which Senator...
Oh, man. We got to get the regulators to come in, dude. Here, footage from inside Melvin Capital, dude, there. It's a meme, by the way. It's not real, but here, I clicked it, dude. I clicked your fucking meme, dude.
Motherfuckers. Fucking idiots. Fucking bunch of cocksuckers. Fucking pussies. Nobody wants to fucking go. I'm ready to fucking rip somebody's fucking head off. Yeah, take that fucking thing, Naughty. I'll fucking smash your fucking head open. Fucking.
Anyway, actual insider knowledge, a normal person explaining what's happening in the stock market.
So I have been seeing a lot of people online who are like, what is going on with the stock market? Is there anyone who can explain this in normal person terms? And so I decided I want to do that because like I own stocks. So I like have a pretty good understanding of the stock market.
Okay, we're not watching this, dude. Come on. No, I don't want to.
From what I understand, there are these people.
She's joking, right? Like she's memeing. It's a meme, right?
Who are, they have lots of money and they have hedges around their house and they go to the market, but it's like not a real market. It's it's metaphorical, but it's real. And they go, uh-oh, that company is not doing well, so I'm gonna make it do worse. So they pull out some papers and they go, who wants to make a deal? They start making deals and they say if this company's good, if it goes down, then I get money from you, and if it goes up, then I'll give you money. But they don't tell you that it's not gonna go up. I mean, they will make it so it goes down. But then there was this online reading club that was like, oh, well, not today. We want hedges too. And so they went into their bank accounts, and then they also went to the market and they were like, buy of the company, and changed it a lot. And so now the initial people with the hedges have to give.
It's making me nervous. I'm getting like secondhand. It's satire, and I'm getting secondhand cringe and nervousness from this.
Their hedges, I think, to the other people. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know.
Speaking of which, by the way, oh my lord, I saw that there's a LSF post about AOC coming on. And as is the case with every single instance where, you know, something new is happening in the news and people come in here and want to hear my take on it, there are a lot of, I've cultivated a really terminal mass of anti-Hasan people who are like, Hasan doesn't understand stock market, dude. Every time he talks about it, he sounds like a woke middle schooler, bro. Me, on the other hand, dude, rocket ship. I'm on it, dude. I'm flying to the fucking moon with that GME stock, baby. Hell yeah. Next week, all those motherfuckers are shit talking about what I've said thus far in the past couple of days. We'll be fucking posting about how their portfolio is destroyed because they held for too fucking long, okay? Dumbasses. Hate reading off screen? Of course I'm always hate reading off screen. Listen. Yeah, let me tell you something. I've told you to be risk averse from the jump. Okay? And all I'm simply doing here is describing to you the events that are happening in front of our eyes. Okay? I'm not telling you anything different. I'm just telling you what I think is going to happen. And also drawing an analogy on how the system works. Using this as a teaching moment for you. A teachable moment for you, if you will. Because the same power dynamic at play that you are watching happen in front of your eyes, and you might actually have a stake in this fight now, before, unlike any other fight, is when teachers engage in a wildcat strike, you have no stake. You might not be a teacher, you might not be related to a teacher, you might not know, right? But right now, there's a lot of people who have placed their who've put their own money forward and participated in this collective action against hedge funds and against Wall Street for the most part. So you're recognizing how the system works and how unequal it actually is in a way that you never could before. This is a great opportunity for people to start seeing this exact same trend in every other facet of their lives. Okay? Let's watch
and
this
Wall
now.
Street is losing its mind, and Wall Street now wants to change the rules of the game because a bunch of people with accounts ranging from $500 to $2,500 are taking down the billionaires.
Charles Payne all fired up over the David versus Goliath story unfolding now in America. The whole thing has fat cat investors on edge while the average Joe is cashing in big. Christina Partsenevelos with the Fox Business is here. Christina.
Hasan is just mad at you to invest in GameStop. Brother, I am not someone who invests in stocks. Like, even if I were to do so, at some point, it probably wouldn't be a Robinhood account that I gamble in. Like, that's not what I would do.
It is a rebellion between Wall Street and internet traders. So you've got these smaller retail investors that often use apps like Robinhood and TD Ameritrade that are fighting big institutional investors like hedge funds that are betting stocks will fall. And you've got companies like GameStop that are caught right in the middle. So let's focus on GameStop because everyone's talking about it. Just last year alone in April, the share price was well below $3. The company has been falling over the last few years because not as many people are going into stores to buy video games. You can buy a lot of that online. Hedge funds noticed this downward trend and they decided, hey, let's short GameStop and bet the stock will fall so they can make some money. You had the retail investors, these guys that are on Reddit forums, on TikTok, these smaller players, they saw what the hedge fund guys were doing and decided, hey, let's buy GameStop to push the price up. The price went up. Even today we saw a high of $469, and all of these hedge fund guys lost money because they were betting the stock would fall. And that's exactly what happened. You saw the GameStop share price climb well over 1,200% just over the last month or so. The market cap is at $32 billion. These hedge fund guys are closing their positions, and now these smaller retail investors are getting so confident that they're moving their focus over to other stocks like AMC, like Nokia.
Which has caused $70 billion in losses for the short players so far in 2020. 2021. $70 billion in loss for short sellers. Most of which are, of course, in the hedge fund side of things. So that's why people are fucking losing their shit. It's not just about GameStop either. Source on the $70 billion. I'm glad that it was still open. Losses on short positions in U.S. firms top $70 billion according to Ortex data. Short sellers are sitting on an estimated loss of $70.87 billion from their short positions in United States companies so far. Data from financial analytics firm Ortex showed on Thursday. The hefty losses come as shares of highly shorted GameStop jumped more than 1,000% in the past week without a clear business reason, forcing short sellers to buy back into the stock to cover potential losses, defined as a short squeeze, which is what's going on, while retail investors then piled in to benefit from the surge. And also, just remember that it's not fucking just retail investors that are pushing this. Sure, like I said before, time and time again, Wall Street Bets is the tinder that started the fire, but they alone are not going to be able to be, they alone do not have the kind of power to move this. So there are other players involved as well that probably want to take down a big fucking hedge fund. I have seen the new Johnny Harris, how the U.S. Stole Iraq video. Like, people make money. If you make money off of this, if you can make money off of pumping GameStop, and it seems like the momentum is going down that way, and it's I don't want to say guaranteed, but that's just the way that a short squeeze works is that if there's enough collective action going one way, then it seems like it's slated to hold that way, and it turns into a game of attrition between Wall Street Bets and also other institutional investors that have gotten themselves involved in it as well, versus the hedge funds that were shorting. Then, like I said, it's just a game of attrition. Anyway. Another new one about how China become goated? Really? Oh, shit. Okay, we'll definitely watch that. Anyway, before I do that, though, it's top of the hour every hour. So it's time for a 60-second ad break.
Like BlackBerry. And this is...
If you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. I got a lot of haters on here. So, haters, you can subscribe if you want to have an ad-free broadcasting experience. And keep fucking hating, dude. Oof. Keep hating, baby. But here's the 60-second ad break for you.
less about the fundamentals, how the companies are doing, like their cash flow, their profit margins, and more so a fight between The smaller retail investors and corporate America, Wall Street. That's what a lot of these Reddit forums are talking about at the moment. But you've got some eyebrows that are raised across the board. The SEC is looking into it. The NASDAQ chief said that they're going to be paying close attention. Biden's economic team said that they're going to be paying close attention. Even today, TD Ameritrade, which is a trading platform, did block a lot of these trades. So you have many of these smaller guys that are quite upset because all they did, according to them, is join forces and push the price of GameStop up and a lot of these other shares. And then I'll end with this. You have a lot of Wall Street veterans right now that are saying these smaller retail investors lack experience, lack diversification. So yes, they may be gaining right now, but they could get crushed the moment those stocks drop.
This part is true. Like, that part is true. When you hear fucking billionaire crybabies, when you hear billionaire crybabies cry about it, they're doing it from a virtue signaling point of view, but they are right about this.
In price. But so far, a lot of them are doing quite well. Harris?
Wall Street Bet's founder on GameStop, there's no precedent for this?
Now is Jamie Rojazinski. He's the founder of Wall Street Bets.
Oh my God, this dude looks literally exactly like how I thought the founder of Wall Street Bets would look like, dude.
He founded it 9 years ago, but did step away from it last year. He's also the author of Wall Street Bets, How Boomers Made the World's Biggest Casino for Millennials. Jamie, great to have you with us, aptly named in the book. And actually, you did predict, I think, some of what we're seeing here with these Redditors talking about buying these stocks that were heavily shorted. But did you ever imagine this could happen when you founded the platform?
You know, like I said, I predicted the trajectory where things were going, but by no means did I predict the timing of the magnitude. This thing has happened so quickly, so fast. I think the turning point was when I saw yesterday the White House was commenting on this story. I can't imagine that I ever envisioned this happening.
You've been quoted as calling this a train wreck happening in real time. What do you mean by a train wreck?
You know, there's a lot of forces at play that have just never been tested. There's a lot of people looking and commenting on this story, looking for precedent before, and there just isn't. It's too different, the dynamics. There's too many people, the technology, the social component of it, and the regulation, which quite frankly I think was written at a time that wasn't able to predict this type of thing either. So what we're going to see, or what we're seeing, is kind of this collision between a system which is clearly not behaving the way it should be behaving, yet nobody's prepared to handle it on the regulatory side, the government side, or on the actual forum itself.
We've just had a senior council member formerly at the SEC saying that there's enough regulations in place for everyone here to protect them. But I kind of agree with you. I do see a pretty seismic shift here, and it's a combination of social media platforms like Reddit that allow people to talk about what they're going to do and to debate these things and to collectively make a decision to do something, combined with what we're calling the democratization of access to financial stocks through platforms that, for the most part, are free. It's created a sort of a perfect storm that's allowed the power of the people to take on hedge funds in the way that we've seen.
That's correct. You know, there's a lot of talk about how this resembles the 90s and how there was the dot-com bubble and how there were chat rooms at those days where people would discuss things in a similar fashion. But this is fundamentally different because no longer are these people placing bets on you know, a sports game or a horse race. They're placing bets on a market in a way that they're actually affecting the odds of the outcome. The numbers are so big, and the access, which is the key to your question, is the biggest part because this is so easy, free.
Oh, the stock guy rated me. What the fuck? Oh, I was like, what is going on, dude? Holy shit. Terrifying. I was literally trying to describe to people the relationship in a DM, describe the relationship between Citadel and Robinhood. And I look over and I see fucking people spamming in the chat. Stock guy agrees with you, but really hates
have been allowed to gamble trillions of dollars on equities, options, and the American people's life savings. Whoops.
in the open market and no one blinks an eye. Let a few regular Joes do the same, find a sliver of success, and the world loses its mind. And the reason I'm saying that is that this has happened forever. What these guys did with GameStop was technically illegal. They were naked short selling. In other words, they didn't have the backing and they were short selling no matter what. They were just short selling, okay? And they were doing something that was illegal, but everyone turns a blind eye because rich people don't get in trouble. It's like, I hate to agree with another, person out there that, whatever, but the only reason Bernie Madoff got in trouble was because he was stealing from rich people, not poor people, right? And I'm not trying to make this political. I'm just saying.
Make it political, brother. It is politics, after all. I mean, but yeah, that is what it is. You can't steal from rich people. Even if you yourself are a rich person, you can't take